Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom Cant from Shanghai, back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Can't Move On by Wild Youth. They've requested to represent Ireland in Eurovision 2023, so let's kiki. As always, you can use the time bar. I will leave a timestamp where my reaction starts at. I'm going to give a small intro first because for those of you who are already subscribed to the channel, you'll be quite surprised to see that I am back home. After 12 weeks of lockdown in Shanghai, I'm finally back in my apartment, and you can see that I immediately went and got a haircut. I didn't get it as short as usual. I wanted to keep it a little bit more length. But yeah, that was quite a cleansing thing for me to do. It is quite weird to be back in society. We haven't fully opened here. A lot of the restaurants are only doing takeaway. A lot of things are still closed, but people are walking around, and it's kind of like a first step towards normality. My job's given me a week off, so I'm back home packing up my bags because I am leaving at the end of July to move back to Ireland. So yeah, busy times, exciting. I've got some nice lighting finally after being in that miserable dark cave which had no daylight for so long. Finally I've got some overhead lighting and I got some side lighting, so I'm back to being properly, or like not properly lit, but slightly more favorably lit. Okay, so what's this video about? I saw this was a story actually on Wee Wee Blogs, who I'm not affiliated with, but who I admire immensely. They did a story about this Irish group, which I'd never heard about, called Wild Youth. They tweeted Michael Keeley, who has been the Irish head of delegation for, I think, maybe 5 or 6 years. Maybe if someone knows, actually, that's useful information for me to have. When did he start? But they added him saying that one of the members of the group, called Connor Donoghue, said, "Can I write the Eurovision song for 2023? And can Wild Youth perform, please?" So that's pretty cool. It's like people putting their name into the hat, saying that they want to come forward. I have already done several videos, which I may or may not put up here, where I've been pretty, I think, fairly critical. I don't think I'm like over the top critical. It's more like constructive criticism about the Irish situation in Eurovision. We are, in fairness, last in the rankings in the past 10 years. That was something that also was on, I tweeted about as well. So I think that criticism of the Irish delegation is pretty justified, based on the fact that we're literally last place in the rankings for the past 10 years. Now, that doesn't say that I think the solution is like pointing fingers and just shouting at people. I always want to try and offer like constructive criticism where possible. One of the biggest criticisms I did have, though, was that I thought the national final this year was really homogeneous. We had 6 very similar looking, similar demographic acts, all solo artists, all pop songs, all pretty young. There just wasn't a variety in terms of the numbers of people. Like, I wanted a couple of groups, maybe like people of like different age groups as well, different styles of music. I feel they should have put in a rock song or a traditional Irish song. Even if they're absolutely shit, they should have put one in anyway, just to kind of have like maybe 3 pop songs, 1 traditional, 1 rock, 1 indie, something like that, just to give a bit of variety. Like, these are the best from each of these genres, pick which one you like, instead of giving us 6 incredibly samey songs. Now, that is whether that's what they were offered in the songs that were submitted. I don't think so. I heard that there was an indie song. I heard there was also a couple of traditional songs added in. Even if those were complete and utter dog shit, they still should have put them in. So I do feel there's some changes that the Irish delegation can make. This group, from what I'm aware, have a more kind of that like Irish indie sound. I've never heard any of their songs. I want to check them out today to see could they be something a little bit different or fresh. I just found their song with the most views, I think. I found the song with the most views, which is called Can't Move On, and it's got a music video as well, so I can get a feel for what they're like in terms of, hopefully my headphones connect to my computer, not my phone. Yes, they did. They connected. Oh, that was lucky. So this is I'm connected, thank fuck. Wild Youth, Can't Move On. Want to know my secret? Bang. Okay, we're getting an intro. Ooh, she's in a nice hotel. She looks a little bit like Cameron Diaz. Okay, so kind of like a strummy guitar feel. They look so Irish to me. I usually know someone from each of these bands. I don't think I know any of them though. It's got a cool feel, like an indie feel to it. Like, this already sounds like quite different from anything we had in Eurovision this year. And I think in general, like, groups do stand out. It's got that kind of 70s feel. It feels like slightly Dua Lipa influence. Not that Dua Lipa invented 70s, 80s music, but it was kind of reinvigorated through her. It's very easygoing, very easy, like, light feel. Ooh, I like the lyrics as well. They've got some good musicality to them. The guy on the right looks so familiar on the guitar. I don't know them. Ireland's really small. Dublin's really small as well. They probably went to my school. It's very easygoing. It's very easy digestible, very broad appeal. Okay, so she's karaokeing to them. Yeah, you can see that they're a small band. Like, the video is like, it's small budget, but I think it's an effective video. The guy on the right really is staring in one direction. It's quite... Oh, no, he's moving now. Yeah, it's got a lovely... It's not like super wide, but this is definitely good quality. You can tell, like, they're good songwriters. They're good performers. This is definitely, like, good quality. They know what they're doing. I just think this would be a totally different vibe for us. I think that we're gotten so stuck into this, like, really formulaic approach to Eurovision, and this is really, really, really be different. And there's so many bands like this in Ireland. This group, like this real 4-piece from my school group. Ooh, fucked up his chances. Nice. I like that lyric. Yeah, I just like their style. I like everything about them. It's just, it's fresh. It'd be so fresh for Ireland to send something like this. Oh, the guy on the right just looked at me. He broke. He was so committed to staring and then he broke. Yeah, it's really head boppy and easy. It's got that like slight disco feel that Slovenia had, but more smooth. Oh, I love that twist in it. She had them locked up in her cupboard. That's brilliant. Okay, I really like that. That just shows that you don't need big budget to do a good music video as well. That music video was simple, but it was quite arresting. Okay, yeah. Look, I think I really, really like this. I just like that these guys are putting the name forward. That thing I was talking about, when I think of the Irish music scene, I have to admit, I'm not massively into it, but when I do think of it, I think of these kind of 3, 4, 5-piece all-male bands who did this very like smooth, chill style of music. Like, I know there's a band called the Coronas, one of which went to my secondary school. Was a Snow Patrol Irish as well, and then obviously U2. So for me, when I think about that like very quintessential Irish music, that's what I think of as these kind of like indie pop, smooth, cool guys who look like they've been dressed by their girlfriends quite stylish, like they're stylish girlfriends, not in a bad way. But yeah, I think that is very authentically Irish to me. Again, I'm very readily admitting that I'm not heavily involved in the Irish music scene, but I don't think that what we saw in I can't remember the name of our national final, it was that bad. Whatever our national final was called, I don't think that's indicative or representative of Irish music either. I felt that was very much Scandinavian music that was written in and sent into a national final. We do know that there are a lot of like really, really great Scandinavian songwriters in Norway and Sweden and Denmark, and they do write a lot of songs and they send them to all of these national finals regardless of whether they have an association with the country or not. That's part of the scene. I'm not personally against that, but I do think it shows when you see something like, what was it, Eurosong? That was the name of it. When you have Eurosong, and it just feels really like it could just be anybody's national final, and all 6 of the songs really sounded similar. I thought Brooke stood out by an absolute mile, but then the rest of the 5 songs sound very, very similar. So this would be something totally different and fresh, but still authentically Irish. I would still also love to see a traditional Irish song, even if it's complete shit. I don't care, put a shit song in as well. But yeah, these guys definitely, I would be really, really happy. I hope that they write something good and send it into the national final. I don't think they should be given an internal selection unless it's like an absolute wow song. But then if you've got a wow song, I think that you should still go into Eurosong, because if it really is wow, it should win Eurosong quite easily because the standard is not particularly high. And I do think that they need to keep up this routine, not routine, but like tradition of having the national final, because it does set a tone of we are the place to go if you're an up and coming Irish artist. And if you start just taking internal selections, it does break that. It breaks that tradition, that reputation for that's what the show is. That's what the show needs to be. If you want to have success, you need to say this is somewhere where young, not necessarily young talent, but undiscovered talent can come and be discovered and get a platform to possibly perform in front of 180 to 200 million people. So look, I think this is really, really great. I saw that Michael Keeley, or I heard that Michael Keeley liked it. He didn't reply to them in the public domain. He might have replied to them privately. I would hope that he has the sense to say, yes, we would love to have your style of music, but you need to write a really great song. We're not just going to let you in based off of who you are. Please get writing. Submit something. I would love to see as well that IRT spends a little bit of their budget on getting a good producer in from abroad, maybe pay them, you know, a couple €1,000, whatever, get them in to just help out all the artists in the recording studio to like jazz up their songs a little bit more, add in a little bit more kind of international like high quality feel to them. I think that's a better way to spend their money than on whatever. I don't know how they spent €350,000 in 2016. I thought that performance was absolutely horrific. So I don't know where that money went in. It went right in the bin. So yeah, I think there's better ways to spend the money, and that could possibly be it. But I found this really exciting, and I love that these guys put themselves forward. They were not like ashamed of it at all. Possibly they've seen the success that Måneskin had last year, and Sam Ryder I thought was a really cool representative coming second as well. And also us having a rap song win this year, I think definitely people should be looking at Eurovision as a really great opportunity to sell themselves. But yeah, look, I wouldn't download that or anything, but if that was our song or something with that feel, at least if we didn't qualify, it would feel like a very authentic attempt, or it would feel like a step taking a step in the right direction to what we need to develop. We need to really redefine what our identity is. We don't have an identity. I see a lot of people on Twitter recently saying, what stan country are you? So like, for example, I'm a Ukraine stan. I love Ukraine entries. I'm a Ukraine, Azerbaijan, Sweden stan. Those are the countries I really enjoy in Eurovision. Ireland doesn't really have an identity. We don't send a consistent print on our songs that you can say that is definitely the Irish song this year. So that's something that we really need to develop over the coming years. Okay, that's what I think about Wild Youth singing Can't Move On, and also what I think generally about the situation with Ireland as we start off the 2023 season. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in another Eurovision Reaction video very soon. Goodbye.